Oh my god, why, Rockstar, why? Why would you do such a horrible, heinous thing to Ethan Carter III? I mean, he did what to... Oh. So, not that surprised then, are we?
Audio Jungle.
Hello everybody, my name is Connor, Oh, didn't realize that Spud and EC3 had a... What's the opposite of a bromance? Rivalry. OKayFabe, and welcome back to another fun, intriguing, and exciting steel cage-ish... That's an adjective, you just gotta look it up in Webster's. Episode of the OneWrestling.com official TNA Impact Wrestling review from the official OneWrestling.com TNA Impact Wrestling reporter right here on OneWrestling.com or the OneWrestling.com video YouTube channel, whichever you guys prefer. If you guys are watching this over on the YouTube channel, hey, what are you doing? You haven't hit that subscribe button or like button yet. I see what you're doing over there. Listen, you might as well while you're here. It's right down here because you get all the fun, awesome, intriguing videos from the likes of yours truly, of course, the Big Slam Nation, Bill Skylar, the legendary Bill Apter, and so many more intriguing videos from OneWrestling.com. Come on now. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button right there. Don't worry. Just go ahead and do so. Trust me, you'll thank me in the end. Anyway, it's Lockdown, my favorite TNA event of all time. I actually attended TNA Lockdown back in 2008 in Lowell, Massachusetts, back when Samoa Joe won the TNA World Heavyweight Championship from Kurt Angle, and it's always been one of my favorite events. And now it's come full circle. Lockdown 2016. We've got 2 championship matches, a tag team match, craziness with the Decay, and other things we're going to talk about. But of course, don't forget to follow the entire OneWrestling.com social media down in the description box below. It's right there for you guys to check out for the entire OneWrestling.com family. And let us know what you guys thought of this year's Lockdown mega event. I'm just thinking about being locked in a steel cage with anyone, even if it's O-Dark. I mean, just being locked in a steel cage with him, that's the things nightmares are made out of, folks. Trust me. Down 2016 kicked off with a bang, or rather with a beer money. We'll go with that one. That sounded clever in my head. Beer Money took on Bram and Eric Young in a tag team matchup that was just wow. Really wow. Like, I'm not saying wow in a bad sense, but wow in the fact that there was a lot of great tag team wrestling in this one. Granted, Lockdown has wrestling matches in and of itself, but usually when you think of Six Sides of Steel, you think of barbaric, brutal, hardcore, hit 'em up, beat 'em out match. This was... Well, there was moments of that, wasted beer potential, but I'm not going to blame James Storm on that one. But we did see a lot of great in-ring action from all 4 men. It was great psychology from Eric Young and Bram. Again, I don't want to make them mad whatsoever. Great psychology from Eric Young and Bram as they were able to actually isolate James Storm for a while and work on Bobby Roode to have kind of like the 2-man advantage. But it was an intriguing use of double combinations, great psychology, a lot of near falls, but Beer Money ended up winning the matchup and winning the first match of the Lockdown event. It was very good. Like, I'm not saying it should have been bad, but it was just very shocking to me that there was a lot of technical in-ring ability when it comes to a steel cage match. I mean, listen, when there's a fight with Beer Money or Eric Young or Bram, there's logic goes out the window and all technical savvy. I mean, just look at their beards. I take my stand back. That's the thing the nightmares are made of. After hearing some battle of wits between Matt Hardy and Ethan Carter III, of course with Tyrus and Rockstar Spud in their respective corners, the X Division Championship is put on the line in 6 Sides of Steel as Trevor Lee steps into the cage for the very first time against Tigre Uno. And gotta say, just like their previous encounters without the 6 Sides of Steel, these two put on great matches, and it was great to see Trevor Lee really shine. I mean, not gonna lie, it seemed to me like Trevor Lee definitely stole the show in this one. No disrespect to Tigre Uno, but this was his night to shine. Tigre did an amazing crossbody off the top of the cage, which of course left me breathless because I'm afraid of just getting out of bed in the morning, let alone a 20-foot high steel cage. But Trevor Lee truly shined in this moment and definitely did so by retaining the X Division Championship against Tigre Uno. As much as I love Tigre Uno, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with Trevor Lee and how well this X Division resurfaces and rekindles now that Trevor Lee is on top. Not the top of the cage, but with him coming down and just crazy and just... Yeah, there's you get my analogy there. This is how professional I am at reporting, so yay! Up next, the 6-woman lethal lockdown match. Madison Rayne getting taken out backstage by an unknown assailant, a.k.a. the Dollhouse, a.k.a. who was that person in a robe. Could have been anybody in the Dollhouse. So, Gail Kim actually bumped into Maria Kanellis backstage, Maria Bennett backstage, and actually said, put your money where your mouth is. You keep on knocking the knockouts. Play on words, puns. I love really crappy puns. And says, hey, put your money where your mouth is. Why don't you step in the ring with us and fight with us against the Dollhouse? And Maria somewhat reluctantly agreed. As it came down to the end of the lethal lockdown match, Maria actually got into the ring for all of 2 seconds as she slammed the steel door cage shut, allowing Gail Kim and Velvet to basically get triple teamed. 1, 2. Listen, it's very late at night and math is not my friend at this time of the hour. As the Dollhouse ends up picking up the victory over Velvet Sky and Gail Kim with, of course, out a third partner. This matchup was holy cow. Actually, the whole is there a thing such as like a flock of cow? It does make, because we're gonna Google that stuff later. Holy cow, this matchup was fantastic. Use of weapons that we barely see in women's matches. I go back to the street fight that we saw weeks ago when they first debuted on Impact on Pop and say how it was refreshing to see this type of matchup. It wasn't over the top as far as hardcore matches that we're used to seeing, a la ECW or some extreme types, but it was still very different and unique to watch the women get involved in this type of matchup, and that's what kept me intrigued. I go back to my reference over the fact that the Dollhouse, you can start to see maybe not the shades of them splitting up, but their characters are starting to become more prevalent as far as individual members rather than a group. And of course, they had to plant the seeds with Maria taking on Gail Kim down the road, so it'll be very interesting to see what happens when Maria actually does step into the ring and maybe possibly challenge for the Knockouts Championships. Does that mean we might have 2 miracles in one promotion? Be still my heart. And that outfit, Maria, I mean, just, man. That is quite... Mike's a lucky miracle right there. Yes, he is. As we prepare for the final matches into lockdown, we actually get Kurt Angle redo. 3, 2, 1. As we head into the final 2 matches of the lockdown event, Kurt Angle actually greets the crowd, reminding him once again that there is the end of the farewell tour coming up. Don't listen. It's like pulling off a Band-Aid. He's pulling it, so I don't want Kurt Angle to go. And it stinks because it's really starting to pick up the pace as far as his matches go. Not saying that his matches were crappy in the past, but it's just like, of all times, come on, Kurt, please don't leave us. But he did bring back the fact that 1 year ago, back in London, England, he did defeat Bobby Lashley for the TNA World Championship, to which Bobby Lashley comes out and basically berates Kurt and basically pokes fun at him and really, to quote Kurt Angle, pisses him off. So, Lashley's a heel now? Cool! I'm all for Lashley being a heel. He's different. It's kind of Brock Lesnar-esque, but honestly, it's a completely different characterization. But I'd love to see Bobby Lashley as a heel. I don't think we've seen that enough. So yeah, bring on bad guy Lashley. I like bad guy Lashley. Bad guy Lashley. Bad guy Lashley. Hercules. I'm getting off topic. Oh, wait. Yep, no, I'm still getting off topic. We get into the next matchup, which is Eli Drake against Odarg the Great. Breaking news. I'm talking to you. Breaking news. Did you know that Odarg is Grado, spelled backwards? I stick by my theory last week. It's The Rock. It's got to be The Rock. It's got to be him. Look, you don't make me pee myself again just because you think it's Grado. But anyway, the matchup was extremely entertaining. It's exactly what you probably thought it was going to be, with Odarg getting the pinfall victory. Escaping the cage with his mask falling off. But look, don't worry, his identity is safe. He was only exposed on TV for his face for about 30, 40 seconds, whereas Eli Drake was exposed in other ways, aka his shorts coming down, for all of about 5 minutes. It was a cute match, entertaining. I really appreciate Eli Drake in this whole thing, and this whole thing is just very comedic and very funny to me. It's a refreshing change of pace that we don't really see too much in TNA. We've seen comedy acts before, but it feels kind of different in the sense, even my phone agrees, and it feels kind of different in the sense, and I don't know why, but it's got me intrigued, especially with Grado constantly saying the claim that he was screwed and he should not have been fired. So I'm teasing down the road, possibly we might see Eli and Grado one more time, maybe with that King of the Mountain Championship briefcase on the line. We might not see, we might see that. As I stroke what's left of my beard. Also next week, we know that Drew Galloway will go one-on-one with Mike Bennett. Oh, Be still my heart. And on top of that, there was something else that was going on throughout the entire episode of Lockdown that I failed to mention previously. We did get a glimpse of Jimmy Havoc trying to, well, get back with Rosemary of the Decay. We saw some decay of the Decay, if that's even a phrase to say, as he tried to convince Rosemary to come back to him, but of course Decay want nothing to it and beat him to a pulp. I gotta say, this is really out of left field as far as, well, we're still just getting used to the Decay tag team of Abyss and Crazy Steve, which, again, I'm in absolute love with. So it's very interesting that this all of a sudden comes out as well, too, and you have another interesting, sinister, dark character challenging two interesting, sinister, dark characters. I'm not saying I hate it, just very all of a sudden, but sometimes all of a sudden can be very good. But you know, it wasn't all of a sudden. The TNA World Heavyweight Championship, Matt Hardy against EC3. This was a fan. See, even my phone gets excited. This was such an exciting main event. This is the stuff that if you have not watched TNA in quite some time, if you haven't had a chance to watch it, go back and watch this. This matchup had, to me, a lot of everything that it needed to. It did great in storytelling, great psychology, great action, and really got you emotionally invested in this match. TNA did a phenomenal job of really hyping up the importance of this matchup, not only because of the promo segment between them in the middle of the program earlier, but just the overall build. It was fantastic. Tyrus was the best. Sup, Tyrus? Sup? Just, email me sometime. Don't eat me. There was just great action. Of course, EC3 calls Tyrus in the ring. Tyrus tries to beat him up, handcuff him. Nope. EC3 comes in with a steel chair, hits him. Matt Hardy twists of fate twice, once on the steel chair. And just as looks like Rebby Sky is going to hand Matt Hardy a hammer, of all things, to take out EC3, Rockstar Spud decides to prevent that from happening, but instead turns on EC3 as he slams the steel door cage shut on EC3, preventing him from to escape, allowing Matt Hardy to retain the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Oh, booyah! This was just emotional roller coaster, to say the least, or a very hyper snake, whichever way you want to look at that analogy. This was awesome. I loved everything about this matchup. This matchup had great in-ring action, great psychology, great storytelling, every single person that could possibly interfere, minus Dixie Carter. It was just that awesome to me. And overall, this entire show was very, very, very well done. The one thing I'm starting to appreciate now over the course of time is the TNA's ability to keep you intrigued and keep you invested and keep you guessing what's going to happen next week. They've been doing this for the last couple of weeks where basically they've been not giving you the entirety of what's going on, but planting you little bits of pieces here, like obviously the Decay storyline. That's something new that we're going to continue on further down the road. The Drew Galloway, Mike Bennett storyline, and again, we're going to further down the road. And same with this, of course, Rockstar Spud turning in. I'm not sure if he's completely turned heel or if he's just aligning himself with Matt Hardy as well. We're not sure. But TNA is doing a fantastic job as far as overall the course, week to week, really building up good, solid shows throughout the course of their time. So it's just, this is another one of those great things that really gets me invested in it. And the bigger question is for me, what's next? What's going to happen? Who is Matt Hardy going to try EC3 one more time? Or is there possibly a new challenger? You know, when I stroke my beard like this, it means I'm thinking, which is weird because my brain's not down here. It's usually right around here. So, but this looks like I have a headache, so it's just, there's a lot of emotional attachment here somewhere, which is really disturbing. Anyway, it's time for you guys to chime in. I gave you guys my thoughts of Lockdown. I thought this Lockdown was awesome, but what did you guys think? What did you guys think of this Impact Wrestling Lockdown edition on Poptv live in the UK? And what are you looking forward to in the future? Did you like today's show, or are you looking forward to some of the other future things in the future, which is redundant, such as Mike Bennett versus Drew Galloway, Kurt Angle versus Bobby Lashley, or the furtherance of the Decay World title, whatever you guys like? Let us know. Various social media down in the description box below, or again, hit us up on the comments. Let us know down below what you guys think. I want to take this time to once again thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching another fun and intriguing. I feel like I should have done this in a steel cage. Like I should have just had a cage built around here. Well, I mean, besides the one I'm kept in at night because I'm, a savage animal. Listen, what happens at home, want to thank you guys again for tuning in. I know I've been doing this for about 3 months now, and I've been having a blast doing so, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying it as well, too. But I want you to spread that same love you guys have given to me, also to the entire OneWrestling.com family. Again, links for the entire OneWrestling.com family social media down in the description box below. Pharaoh Fancy, Fame Black, A-Track Brown, which I think is Pharaoh Fancy, Billy Ray, Bill Skylar, Big Ray, the Big Slam Nation, and of course the legendary, iconic Bill Apter. And make sure you check us out at OneWrestling.com. And if you haven't subscribed by now, what are you doing? That really hurt, actually. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and show the world that you guys really love us by spreading the word. Share us on social media all throughout the best you can. And if you guys want to see more of my stuff, make sure you also check out my YouTube channel. Again, link down in the description box below. Thank you guys again for watching. We appreciate the love and support as always. And as the legendary Bill Apter says, we will see you at the matches. Well, as long as it doesn't involve a steel cage, because I have a bedtime and I have a curfew. Well, it's this weird thing where the moon comes out and just like, I don't know. Last time I turned into a werewolf, or I thought I was a dog and was in the there. It was just a vague, fuzzy time.